Hello everyone, good morning. It's your favorite Lagos realtor, Emechinedi Kennedy, and today I'm going to be telling you about the pros and cons of investing in properties that are in close proximity to an airport. I mean, most realtors will not talk about the cons, they only focus on the benefits, but they are actually disadvantages of having properties in close proximity to an airport. But nevertheless, don't worry, it's not as deep as you think, but then it's something I believe everyone should know and put into consideration while making those investments. Now, I understand that it's not common knowledge that properties in Ikeja, where the international airport, the Murtala Mohammed Airport is located, that properties in that locations are actually very expensive, like way expensive than properties in Lekki. Like, I know most people be like, because like I said, it's not common knowledge, but it's not common knowledge for most people that are not in Lagos, and even for some people in Lagos, it's not common knowledge because properties in Ikeja, especially those ones in close proximity to the Murtala Mohammed Airport, those properties, let's say lands for instance, are selling for as much as ₦1 billion. Like you should do your research and find out for yourself. Like this is a known fact, but most people are not aware of this particular detail because when they hear island per se, they feel like, oh, Ireland is like the only hotspot in Lagos, but then they forget to factor in some certain things. Yes, we know that people of high affluence live on the island, and that's what actually affected most of the properties here. But when it comes to some particular details, like places where we'll have the airports, like Ikeja, I promise you, lands there are very, very, very expensive, and this is a verifiable fact. So I'll be telling you a few things that you have to look out for where you want to invest in a property close to an airport, and the advantages and the disadvantages of having landed properties close to an airport. Now, I'll be going on a short break. When I get back, I'll be diving straight into this particular topic. Welcome back, guys, and let's dive straight into the topic. One of the one of the importance of having properties close to an airport is the accessibility and convenience, mostly for frequent travelers. Like it cuts down the travel times and the stress. Just imagine you're living somewhere around Lekki, Aja, and you are about to travel, and you have to travel. You have to like go all the way from here to Ikeja just to book your flight. So imagine you were actually in Ikeja. You see, it's going to cost the time, the stress, and it's going to make your travel experience seamless. Like this is like one of the important advantages that you gain when you have property close to an airport, and it's not just for frequent travelers, for everyone. Because I've been in a situation whereby a relative of mine actually missed their flight and had to pay extra costs because of on going to the airport they experienced traffic and they missed that flight. So living close to an airport cuts down that barrier. Secondly, is when you have properties close to an airport, it brings about employment opportunities. Around airports, this brings investors to the environment. It brings people who want to establish this or that there. So with all these investors in one proximity, you notice the high increase of job opportunity on that axis, basically, like which brings about general development and improvement of that axis. And thirdly, when you have a property close to an airport, you are guaranteed of a 100% return of investment on any of your properties, like basically, because it's going to increase in appreciation, it's going to increase in value over time, like basically. So this is like a very, very important advantage that you gain when you invest in a property close to an airport, because when you have this, return of your investment is guaranteed. And now I don't understand that most people are wondering, how do I get a property close to an airport? Well, for those who are not aware, the Lagos government have just approved the Lekki International Airport, that's at Ibeju Lekki, also close to Alaro City and the Dangote refinery. So for those looking to expand their investment option close to an airport, now that it's still selling at a cheap, this is an amazing opportunity for you to key into this project. And fourthly, another advantage of investing close to an airport is the infrastructures and amenities that comes with it. Because when you live around an airport, I promise you have everything you need at your reach, ranging from supermarkets, the hospital, hotels, shops, and all of that. Like all these you find in close proximity to an airport because of international and local investors who always use that facility. So when you have a property here, you tend to enjoy all these advantages. Now let's go to the disadvantage. The first disadvantage I will spot out when it comes to an airport and how you can actually avoid this is when it comes to the noise of the aircrafts going over your head. Like, this is the only disadvantage I see when it comes to having a property close to an airport. And how do you avoid this? When you want to buy a property close to an airport, you make sure that the property you're buying is not it should be at least more than 2 kilometers away from the airport. You understand? This is where you're going to avoid that excessive noise, because from where I came from, in as much as we live quite far from the airport, it's not even far though, let me say 3 kilometers or thereabouts, you still get to hear that noise of the aircraft that can literally wake you up from your sleep. So this is something you should consider. Secondly, another thing I would say is a disadvantage is when it comes to the traffic on that region, because when there's an air congestion, it tends to affect the general movement of the environments that might cause to minor traffic here and there. So, but honestly, this is not like a disadvantage that will limit you from making those investments. These are like basic things you see around an airport. And another thing that might stop some investors from investing around the airport is for those that want to have high buildings, and there will be some security protocols that will limit the kind of structures you build in those environments. And then, except you want to build a skyscraper close to an airport, but then it's not something very common. So I hope this was very helpful to you. And if you're looking to get a land close to an airport, you should contact me today. And I have something amazing close to the newly approved Lekki International Airport that's very affordable right now. Like I said, land in Ikeja is selling for as much as 1.6 billion naira. And today in Lekki, that's just close to the newly approved Lekki International Airport, you get land that are very, very affordable. So I believe that you get properties in these axes that are very, very affordable, that will suit into your need, whether you need it for the residential purposes or the commercial purposes. So I really hope this video was helpful, and I hope to see you guys again. Thank you.